Alright guys, so today I think we have a sort of long-awaited set where we have our anime god Goichi playing a different character other than Swiftmaster, which I think is very interesting to see anyways, but also how he handles the matchup against Swiftmaster. And I think there's a lot of cool things that go on in this set that would be beneficial to really look into, so I'm just going to jump into it. If you like this match analysis content, like and subscribe. I'm going to keep repping them and uploading them here as much as I can. But otherwise, let's jump right into it. So obviously we have two notorious characters here, Hitman and Swiftmaster, and polarizing characters to say the least. Let's up this. Oh, it's only up to 720. Okay. So yeah. Off start, Goichi does get clipped here after the initial little scramble in the neutral. Both of them backdashed on the start. We see him catch the straight hit after a Swiftmaster combo drop, and he is going to run his Oki now. That is a safe jump setup on Hitman. When you're in scenarios against like this against Swiftmaster, if you're not using the safe jump setup with your, I think that's jump light. It's such a good setup. It's such a good setup because if you bait a DP from Swiftmaster, you're gonna a counter hit combo DP punish is gonna do most of his health bar, right? And that's an 850 health character, so that's really what you like. You know, it's really what you want to see. And then we just got him in the corner, and Swiftmaster in the corner, just like any other character in the corner on Hitman. You know, you're just gonna run it, another safe jump setup, and he is just in there. So let's see if the Swiftmaster can get out of this. Goichi just run his offense. As Hitman, you know, you're just looking to get into Awakening, get as much damage off as you can prior to that. I mean, if you can win the game before you go into Awakening, great. If you don't, if you can't, well, you have Awakening to win the game, right? So off start there, you see the Swiftmaster do 5M. Advancing move, but on round start, if the other player backdashes, it will whiff. So as a Swiftmaster, if you on round start are going to hit 5M, it will whiff if the opponent backdashes, as such. And that can potentially set up a whiff punish opportunity for the opponent if they're super ready for it, but or if they have moves that can obviously reach that far, right? Otherwise, jumping against Swiftmaster, so if you play against Swiftmaster, it starts with 5M a lot like this, right? Jumping, it will catch for the most part, I think, and he can get a combo off that. So backdashing in Swiftmaster is usually a pretty reliable round start to make that 5M whiff. Although lows will beat 5M on round start. So for example, Goichi here definitely could have just hit 2S and beat this. The problem with that is though, on round start, right? The Swiftmaster very much can just, if you're going to start, you have to rotate options, right? So if you're going to start with 2S, obviously it's going to occupy this range down here, right? Like your 2S on Hitman is a very good move for round start, right? Because you cover all this, it'll beat Swiftmaster's 5M, right? It's an advancing move, but it loses to lows, right? And you can get a combo off that. The problem is, though, if Swiftmaster knows you are 2S'ing down here, 2S's in this game, pretty punishable for the most part, he can just jump in and get a combo on you, right? So round start in this game can be very, very dangerous, right? That's why you see them backdash first round, and that's why you see Goichi backdash here again, right? It's the safest option just to backdash and play neutral against this character, right? Very dangerous character, very high damage output, right? Getting clipped because you were trying to jump in or forward on round start and getting full comboed and losing 40 to 50% of your health bar, right? While it will cost Swiftmaster all his mana, he can still run an Oki situation on you, get an orb set up and push you to the corner, right? And that's not a situation you want to be in, right? Generally, just backdash. Unless you notice your opponent's 5M'ing a lot, then you can 2S it, but I would caution you, because then they could start jumping it. Just rotate your options. Otherwise, just backdash if you want to play it safe. Otherwise, let's get back into it. Gets clipped by the suck there in lows, and full screen hit, and we are going to do a combo. And Goichi loses quite a bit of health here, quite a grip, you know? Swiftmaster with full mana could potentially kill him next combo, right? And then we don't have to deal with Hitman Awakening, right? But let's see how Goichi handles it. Strong defense, guard breaks, gets the hit. A well-spent guard cancel. Running the offense, pressure gets caught jumping, clipped in the air. This probably won't kill, drops the combo. Has his follow-up, now we are in Awakening. This is really anybody's game. Swiftmaster converts, though. He lost quite a bit of gray HP there, but I'm not so sure. I mean, I am questioning the DA2 player here right now, but I don't know if it was worthwhile to convert here. That's a lot of health to lose. Plus your guard meter's already low. Converting here, if he finds a hit, you are most certainly dead. 100 mana, converts swords, gets his guard meter back up. I guess that would buy time for the guard meter to go back up because Goichi's obviously not going to play offense while swords are up. But, I mean, in reality, Goichi can just mash DP here. The problem is, though, is what we'll get into is there are answers for Hitman DP, which our Swiftmaster player, Kousei, will show us here, right? So, this is the first one I want to get into, right? Why does Goichi convert there, right? Well, if you are playing a character that has a DP, right, you can DP the follow-up here, right? There is a gap right here. It's a little far, so you have to be pretty close, or you have to have a DP that reaches, right? Like, Troubleshooter wouldn't have any issue DP in this, right? Swiftmaster, his DP, you can suck people in with it. So this is very much something you can punish, right? And then you'll have the Hitman player second guessing about just mindlessly throwing out DPs, right? And that's why Goichi converts here, because... And he's ready to run the offense, right? Because he knows he can DP here, and he realizes Goichi, a DP will kill him here, right? So Goichi converts here because he has to, right? Otherwise, let's keep it going. Hitman in Awakening, even if this health finds the hit, yep, that's a dead man. So, very, very close right there, right? Great play by Goichi to recognize the situation he was in, get that conversion off, and then proceed to not die, essentially, right? So, let's get into the next round. Goichi takes the first set, or first game. Backdash swords. Goichi defending. Convert into pressure, doesn't get anything with it. DPs. Wind orb into offense. How much HP are we going to lose here? Solid amount. So Goichi is going to get some gray health to work with here, though, after getting hit by the tap loop. We got Wind Orb for offense. And as Swiftmaster, guys, what he just did here, this is a great, just a great option to set up that Wind Orb. If you have the mana to do so, right? After combo, right? You probably don't want to spend it, say, if you're at 44 mana, right? He goes down to 44 mana with this Wind Orb. If you don't have the mana, right, to follow up the Wind Orb, it's a little bit of a gamble. I mean, you still get your offensive pressure, right? But you have to weigh whether or not you want to put the Wind Orb out after a combo, right? If you're not going to have any mana after it. He has 44 mana, so it's not necessarily a concern here, right? That's going to let him run offense. As you're going to see, he's just going to do the down dash and chip Goichi quite a bit of health here, right? This is going to do a lot of chip damage and decent guard meter too. Problem is, though, is against Hitman, I don't know that you necessarily want to do this, right? Because you're giving him great health to work with closer and closer to Awakening. 190 mana hit from a Hitman at this point is really going to hurt, right? Especially if he has it in a conversion combo. So let's see how our Swiftmaster handles it and how Goichi might come back here, might not. Gets hit, and he is most certainly dead. Assuming the Swiftmaster doesn't drop the combo. Oh. Alright. Wow. This is tense. Goichi obviously can't hit any buttons here with the swords being up. It would kill him, right? If a trade would kill him here. DPs. And gets the follow-up DP'd. So that's exactly what I was talking about, guys. So as you can see, the Swiftmaster here, he does suck him in a little bit to get it off, right? But that is a punish, right? To that follow-up. You can DP, Hitman follow-up, right? And then you'll have the Hitman second guessing, doing the follow-up. Obviously, you have to be close enough, right? The Swiftmaster went into that range. This range right here with swords, right? You see him inch closer and closer forward because he's trying to bait DP here, right? Because if he DPs here and doesn't convert, right? Free punish, free kill, free round for the Swiftmaster, right? Goichi does have a lot of meter here to work with here, right? But if he does not punish and just lets the follow-up rip, he is dead here, right? Obviously a knowledge check kind of situation, right? Sucks him in, gets the hit, wins the round, right? So if you're a character that has a DP against Hitman, if you can get close enough and bait the DP, you can DP the follow-up, right? Make the Hitman player second guess, just throwing out the follow-up, right? Just letting the DP rip, though. Get off of me. Convert into grab. Goichi running offense. Convert swords. We got a good amount of mana here. We're looking for a hit. Pushes Goichi to the corner. And we're going to see the Swiftmaster pressure. Ooh, clips him. Very good move, Hitman, the sword throw there. But ultimately gets clipped in the neutral, going trying to get the pickup there. And it's going to lose a decent amount of HP. Nothing crazy, I don't think. Yeah. Blocks the air. That was a weird sequence by the Swiftmaster, but ultimately finds the hit, and Goichi should be dead here, barring a drop once again. Otherwise, it looks like Swiftmaster will be taking game number 2. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. That follow-up on Tornado is a lot of damage if you can use it as an ender. A lot of damage. Alright, this is first 3. Oh, it's first 3. So we just like a couple left. That jump in on Hitman is just so good. Pushes the Swiftmaster corner. We've already got his guard about halfway. Ah, fine. Gets hit though. Gets hit. Side switch, corner combo, Swiftmaster. Very high utility on that. Getting the tap loops in the corner. Oh, nope. Messed it up. Goichi back to applying pressure. Quite a bit of gray health for Swiftmaster to work with. This is kind of scary. Ultimately, doesn't use it though, and although he is going to put Hitman in Awakening here. You got to be very careful with Swiftmaster. You see him running away because he really only has 30 mana and he's trying to regen that. He doesn't want to fight Hitman, 1, without DP up as an answer to his DP, and 2, without swords to make him second guess pressing buttons in the neutral, right? When you see a Swiftmaster with low mana, right? The Swiftmaster player, in reality, unless they have you in the corner, probably should run away in order to regen that mana and just close out the game safely, take the higher percentage play, right? Although against characters like Hitman with DP, right, you'd be hard-pressed to really try and kill them there, because obviously Hitman players are going to DP, especially a 200 mana Hitman player, right? They'll let that DP rip, they're Hitman players, you know? Finds the hit in the neutral, though. Goichi getting full combo here, this is going to hurt. Safe jump into low, finds the hit. I believe the Swiftmaster player will be alive here. Gets a reset, a little bit of American reset there. Blocks the DP, and that should be a dead Swiftmaster. Yep. So really solid play from Goichi. Very good in finding the hits in the scramble situation. That's what's really deciding a lot of these rounds, is who finds the hit in the scramble, right? Goichi obviously a very solid defensive player. The Swiftmaster playing very good defense as well. But Swiftmaster finds the first hit here. Going to do a chunk of damage to our hero Goichi. And we're going to run some Wind Orb offense. Tap is plus, so generally speaking, you don't... Even if you see Swiftmaster use this at point blank range, I believe this is +3 on block. And the thing is the Wind Orb is going to suck you back in here. You might be vulnerable to a grab, right? In this game, though, I'm going to be honest with you. When you have this much HP, just take the grab. It's not that much damage, right? And whiffing a grab and getting full combo by the Swiftmaster, who has advancing buttons like 5M that will lead to 40%, 50% of your health bar being gone, take the grab. Just take the grab. Guard cancel. Out of the corner, convert. Cross up, gets hit by the DP. Tornadoes into pressure. So you'll notice something here, right? When you see a Swiftmaster throw the nados in the corner, right? There is a gap, and that's why Goichi's kind of pressing up here, right? He could have rolled the second tornado here in reality and maybe gotten a punish. It's kind of risky, right? Sometimes, if you are ready for the second tornado and the spacing's off, you can roll it and try and get the punish on him. He might DP, though. So you could roll in bait DP here, get a full counter hit combo, that'd be very nice, right? Ultimately, though, second tornado, you don't necessarily have to take if the spacing's off, right? Certain characters like Berserker with dive kicks can sprint jump, or some characters can even sprint jump with large enough like air normals, right? Where they can sprint jump the last tornado, or if they know the tornadoes are coming in neutral, you can sprint jump the tornadoes and hit Swiftmaster and get a combo off of it, right? Ultimately, though, Goichi here blocking it out. Guard meter getting kind of low. Swiftmaster, though, not the best depleter of guard meter without nados up, or swords up, right? Hard time mana here, though. Let's see how Goichi handles it. Blocking it out. 170 mana to work with on Goichi's end. Got the nados out, so this is a little bit more high risk. He's run blocking, right? Although these nados, the Swiftmaster could take this guard meter down pretty quick, but Goichi playing aggressive here, making him uncomfortable. Kind of, yep. Great health to work with, though, on the Hitman. And we are in Awakening. DP finds the hit into a combo. So, next hit probably wins the game. And Goichi 200 mana to work with, and 60 mana left. Tornado. Swiftmaster going here despite having no mana. This is going to be a little bit of a scramble coming up probably. DP whiffs, rolls the follow-up, finds the hit. Goichi mixing up the Awakening timings on his follow-up, finding the hits here. And that's the thing about Hitman, if you start DPing the follow-up, right? Hitman players are going to start converting, they're going to try and bait your DP, right? So it turns into a whole different essential set of rock, paper, scissors, right? So I would get comfortable if you're a DP character, kind of playing in that scenario, recognizing the outcomes that can occur for your character, and figuring out essentially what your routes are and what your options are for options there. Goichi getting the W though. And is that the end of the set? Nope, we get another one. Swiftmaster finding the hit. And we get no loops in the corner. Putting the pressure on. 5M whiffs. Goichi's turn. Pressing him back to the center of the stage. Finds the hit. This should push the Swiftmaster to the corner. Goichi full mana to work with. Let's see what he does. And the safe jump set up once again, baiting that DP. Gets the guard cancel. Tries to get over the nados. Yep, dashes him, finds the punish. Gets the counter hit. So this is going to put Swiftmaster in Awakening, which will... Actually, no, it does not. So Goichi looking to end the game here, close it out. Swiftmaster in Awakening is dangerous. This is a very fast character, if he can get out here. Yep, finds the punish. And when you put Swiftmaster in Awakening, generally since he has a lower HP bar, it can be, you can blow him up a lot of the time, but if he is in Awakening, he is exceptionally fast. His rolls are very fast. Roll nados becomes a pretty big threat. When he's that fast, it's very hard to react to. Misses the super, though, and that is going to cost him the round. Damn. It happens. You hate to see it. It happens even to a DD82 Kousei Swiftmaster, you know? Like, it happens, guys. The drops happen. Gets the hit again, though, and he's not going to have the mana to probably extend this. Yep. So no orb, because it's going to cost him quite a bit of mana to even run that pressure. But finds the hit again, and oh, gets the drop, but clips him with the tornado. And that is, orb tornado in neutral is pretty cheap. It's kind of cheap because you can also suck him into it. You know, so it's free pressure. Literally free pressure. But once again, he's not going to have, oh, he finds the mana. But we are going to have Hitman in Awakening here. He's not going to be able to kill here. So this is a dangerous situation for the Swiftmaster. And a bold jump there, to say the least. Goichi finds the hit, though, and next hit is going to decide the game. Empty jump low, Swiftmaster blocks it. Goichi running the pressure, got his guard meter close to halfway. Forces the guard cancel, convert swords, very good. How's this going to end? Finds the grab, not enough. Swords out again. And when you, I guess, before the end of the round, right? When you see Swiftmasters throw out 2M like that, right? Or, yeah, 2M. That is not a plus move. Generally, you can punish that. The only reason Goichi doesn't, though, is probably because NATO's is going to lead to a essential, like a trade, right? And Goichi wants the game-winning blow, right? He doesn't want to trade and potentially die, right? And let the Swiftmaster go pick up. But if you see a Swiftmaster just throwing out 2S like this, it's generally punishable. I think it's pretty negative on block. But do realize that they can follow it up, and the only reason he's doing it here is because he's trying to bait Goichi to hit him and kill himself on the tornadoes, right? So let's see how this ends. DP out, follow-up goes through. That's a lot of gray health. But Swiftmaster in Awakening now converts and gets hit anyways. And I think Goichi definitely demonstrated in this set that if you really play patient with Swiftmaster and you know where the gaps are in his strings, you can definitely take advantage of it, right? Off rip, right? This is no Swiftmaster to scoff at either, obviously, right? So ultimately, I guess takeaways against playing against Swiftmaster, right? Generally speaking, backdash on round start is the best option, safest option. If he's 5M'ing a lot, yes, you can sweep it, but do realize if you keep sweeping it, he's probably going to start jumping it, right? And I guess takeaways for playing against Hitman, right? When you get in a scenario where Hitman players are just spamming their DP, right? DP follow-up, you can start DPing that follow-up and forcing them to convert. Generally speaking, I don't see a lot of lower-level players in like silver, gold, even diamond using convert like that, right? If they're not using conversion like that, DP that follow-up if they don't know that every single time, right? And take your free wins until they start doing that, you know? But ultimately, Hitman and Swiftmaster, very good characters. High damage in Awakening, especially for Hitman, and Swiftmaster Awakening, also very dangerous to deal with. But really great set here, guys. Really great set. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. And otherwise, let me know what other characters you like to see, other matches you like to see analyzed. I just do the ones I watch and like to watch. Otherwise, thanks for watching.